Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to round 11 of the FRL server, season 4, round 11, round Japan. We did just miss out on the first set of qualifying, and we have rejoined in Q2 with what appears to be the last kind of dregs, last attempts at improvements, 4 laps for Q2. We've got Moller and Komza. Both in 1 and 2 seem to have retired early and seem to be very confident of them being able to maintain themselves through into Q3. We've got Gat, Blanks, Finn, Deeks and Forrest Jump all behind them from P3 to P7. BV, good showing in P8 so far for him. We've got Ace Edge, I don't believe have had the honour of commentating on a race, so he's been in. So I think he is a new driver this evening. Obviously, MPA Handro, Cavalis, Carlos Skiller, Regan McKinnon in the Aston Martin. Jay Hartnell's also retired down in P14 there, and Aeon Blades in the Alfa Romeo is still to go out. 3 out of the 5, not set a lap. 3 out of the 15, sorry, not set a lap. 3 minutes remain. I'd say maybe 50 odd seconds until the driver starts. The drivers start to appear out on track. Deeks just setting a purple sector 1 there. Let's see what Deeks can do. Blanks, he's retired as well. Williams thinking that he's got enough gap on the rest of the grid that he's not going to be one of the 5 to drop down. He's fairly confident that we'll be seeing him in Q3 later on today. Obviously with the results from last week, obviously it was a great race from Moller. Moller, Regan McKinnon and Komza taking away the front 3 around the Azerbaijani Grand Prix, I believe it was. Only the 10 drivers managing to finish as well, so hopefully we've got a bit more, some drivers able to keep themselves on the tracks. And just there with a 1:45 left, Deeks puts it in P1, so the top 5, well, 2nd, 3rd and 4th and 5th all retired. They're feeling fairly confident they're going to be able to get through. Just Deeks, so there's an Alfa Romeo going in very wide maybe. Have a look riding board with Finn now. He set a purple sector 1, so I think it's going to be in order of Finn now, but it's going to be MPA Handro. MPA Handro, sorry, yes it is. Then it'll be Carlos Skiller, followed by the 2 Aston Martins in Ace Edge and Regan McKinnon. And behind Regan it'll be Aeon, behind Aeon it is Forrest Jump, and then Deeks is BV, so it is the last one behind all of those. Deeks is the last one. So we're right on board with, I believe it's Finn. Finn looks about 6 or 7 tenths of a second faster. And he said that's going to put him up into the P1 or 2 area, and there it is, P1 for Finn, a 1:29.665. So after Finn now we've got MPA Handro, followed by Carlos Skiller. MPA Handro, he is in P10. Carlos Skiller, any improvement from him? He's going to be across the line, allowing himself to get another lap in. Aeon Blades, 10 seconds left. Let's see if all of these cars will be able to get themselves over the line in time. Here comes Ace Edge. Is it going to be? It isn't. I think he's... Oh, has he? No, he has, sorry. It's from earlier on. I thought it was the actual timing line there. Ace Edge managing to get a time off Deeks. He is finished for the session, as is the likes of Moller, Komza, Sergat, Blanks and Jay. So we've got a Haas, a Cavalis. He'll be around to set his final time now. Cavalis, let's see what it is for him. Cavalis across the line. He's managed to move up a place. Jumps MPA Handrew. V95 now. He is the next one to cross the line. BV jumps himself up into P6 with 130.2. A lot of drivers jumping up and down the grid. This is the last qualifying session. Before the last qualifying session, sorry. Finn down in the second to last corner now. Very careful on the acceleration, on the exit. And he's through into the pits. So no improvement for Finn. It's going to be MP Alejandro looking to get out of the drop zone with Carlos Skiller and Regan McKinnon all behind him. What's it going to be? MP Alejandro has not managed to get himself out, but Carlos Skiller has. He's in P9. Left it all for Regan McKinnon to do. Regan's up into P6. And across the line, he's into P9. We've got Forrest Jump. He's now into P9, but can the Ace Edge, can he drop Ace? No, he can't. No, he cannot. And a fucking phone charger. Let's stay put. Yes, my phone is dying. That can go on there. And what we will do is so people don't have to listen to me. There we go. So there we have it for Q2. Ace Edge just not able to pick up enough time, enabling himself to get into Q3, and just by a couple of tenths there, managing to survive into Q3. But they are, say, P1, 2, and 3, all separated by less than half a tenth. There's some incredible efforts there around Japan this evening. Hopefully, it's all replicated on track. Let's have a look at some of the stats up and down the league now. Beginning of Q3. Why is it saying that it's dying when you're plugged in? Stupid fucking charger. Right, that's all that sorted. What the fuck do you mean it's not charging? Ah, this fucking piece of shit fucking cunt. Honestly, I'd get a fucking Xbox if I could. Oh, this fucking... Now charge. Is that working? We have charge. Thank you. Don't have to worry about that dying. So, here we are, qualifying 3, the final session on this fine Friday evening. Right on board with Sergat as it stands in the Haas. reserving tonight, looking to take his first victory of FRL this evening. A couple of those drivers fit in that bill also. The likes of Aon Blades, Regan McKinnon. I may be wrong, but I think Comms is still to win a race also. Just 2 or 3 minutes gone, starting to get the drivers to come and set the banker times. Wouldn't expect any of the times that the drivers are setting now to be their final or fastest time. Maybe 2 or 3 attempts out for the drivers on the track. See how well they manage to pace themselves. Good track management, knowing when to exit the pits, obviously when not to. Regan McKinnon, 1:30.1. Very, very, very close. Just in front. The pair of the Ferraris, BV and Deeks. Say Forrest Jump. He's on a 1:30, just over a half. He's down in P8 now. With Finn splitting the 2 Ferraris there at 1:30.3. We've got Blanks and Aon Blades, the only 2 so far. Still not set a time. Expect to see the pair of them 2 out on track before long. Five. Good. Oh, he's swapped Chris up too, though. This is stopping. Really worked out for them. Alright. I even deleted his number though. Right on board with ALV. Sorry, bear with me a second, ladies and gentlemen. I am just in the process of sorting something out really quickly. I'm just going to attempt to advertise. Obviously, the stream across all of the servers. Is this it? I believe it is. Got it. Don't know. Just messing with that. Don't know if it is now. Is it? There we go. So there it is. We've got Chase Edge in the stream. So that's Ace Edge 1. I believe, was I right in saying that this is the first race that I've seen you race Edge in the Aston Martin? Is it a reserve seat? Apologies for my lack of knowledge. Discord on my phone's not opening. But this forest jump's going very cautiously around the left sector. 2.5 minutes now. So all the half hour, 45 minutes of qualifying that the drivers are enduring all boils down to this last 2-minute section of qualifying now. And we'll see if anything materialises in terms of any shock jumps up and down the grid. So we'll be expecting people to be coming out of the pits anytime soon. Now Moller up goes P1 with a 1:29.221. So it's now a matter of looking across the line and seeing which driver's going to be cutting it quite close in order to get their last lap across. Out comes the Alfa Romeo. The typical strategy of whatever the lap time is around here, add 30 seconds and that's when you need to leave the pits. We'll see. Is that a retirement in the pits? I think it is. So no DNF on track. Comza perfectly happy with his grid slot as it is at the moment. One minute left. Although a couple of drivers now perfectly happy with where they are on track. It's really annoying because you can't see how long is left in the session. Flags in sections 2 and 3, that'll be one of the Ferraris, BV quite possibly. No, it is the other one, it's Deeks. But no, so that is, everyone has crossed the line, so it is just a matter of seeing, it is one of the Ferrari, it is Deeks. Deeks is coming now, but I think he's run out of fuel. I think he has. He can spin behind him, hopefully Deeks is going to get out of the way, yeah, well before 130R. And Finn not on a push lap, it doesn't appear. He'll be jumping into the pits possibly yet. So Finn and Deep both jumping into the pits. BV, he'll be one of the latter ones to come through now. BV, can he improve on his 1:30.4? Across the line it is. It's a 1:30.2, which is just a tenth or so too slow. Unable to jump himself up into P7 over the Aston Martin of Regan McKinnon. And here comes the man in question. Regan goes faster, jumps up a place or two, up into P6, ahead of Comza, a 1:29.795. Now here comes Aeon Blades across the line. Where's he going to put himself? we saw 9th. I don't think there was too much, or if any, improvement on that time there. So it'll just be P9 for the Alfa Romeo. We won't be very happy with that attempt. But get up into P4. Japan, a nasty first corner. Hopefully people leave a lot of space and respect for other drivers. The last thing we want to be seeing is spun cars going into turn 1, through turn 1, and through the S's leading up to it also. It's just right there. There's our top 10. Obviously with the 3 behind. Let's have a look at the score. Just 30 seconds now for the drivers to apply setups, make any last minute changes to said setup. Half 9 he says it's coming. So there we have it. 19 drivers littering the grid this evening. So hold on to your seats. I feel a really interesting race around the corner. Japan, never one of those tracks where everything always goes smoothly. There's always bound to be something that goes on. Hello and good evening to everyone that is just joining us at the moment. We are in the Friday Night Racing League in FRL. Round 11 in Japan around the Suzuka circuit this evening, as we are on board with the front runners for the formation lap. Deeks just dipping those tyres onto the mud. I wanted to get that scraped off, just as Moller does exactly the same also. So the pack somewhat just we're backing off now a little bit. I believe we've got a newish driver as well in Dario G. I believe he will be racing alongside Gat, quite possibly, so he's one of the newest drivers as well. And Basser, I'm not too sure about Basser. I think he's alright. I think he's been a driver for a couple of weeks within FRL. Just allowing Derry to come around now, catch up to the back of the pack. We've got a Ferrari there. Is that a Ferrari of Deeks? Deeks taking a little bit of a detour and going off track into the wall. Thankfully, damage on the formation lap is turned off. There is, I've seen multiple times in league races where people have lost it on the formation lap, but I'm ever so lucky the fact that there is no damage on the formation lap. Here we can see Moller, Deeks and Finn all trying to get a little bit of mind games in before the start. But as we stand in the commentary box waiting for everybody to pull up to their grid spots, have a quick look at the tyres people have chosen. Jay Hartnell gone very hard on the soft compound. A mixture of mediums and softs up and down the grid. Apart from that, and the onboard camera is absolutely shocking because you can't see anything from Moller, so we will just ride on board with Gat maybe. And we're off racing round 11 in Suzuka. It is a fairly relatively safe start here. They come round turn. We've got a McLaren extremely wide. Oh, we've got a Mercedes 2 and a Mercedes and Alpine. Oh, and there's another Mercedes that span. So Jammy span Jay Hartnell. We just saw the back end of Jay Hartnell clipping. I believe it would have been Derry or MP Andrew. I'm not too sure. But there's multiple cars stopped on the track. Derry, he's now making a move past Ace. Ace has spun it into the first S section. Has to catch up with the front of the pack now. Aeon Blades right behind Comza. Coming into this very tight left-hander now. There is going to be lots of cars braking early around this first lap, so be careful not to go into the rear of a car. We've got Diggs making a move on Finn for P2. Finn is going to hold the inside line there. It's going to be very tight around there. Diggs has got a better run, and that's Diggs up into P2. Taking the position back off of Finn in the McLaren. Very, very close there to some contact. The corner before 130 up this long straight now. Gat, the prune, well known for his straight line speed setups, just lacking a little bit here. Up through 130 this first lap. He's looking to make a move down the inside of the chicane. Finn's fended that off very well there. We've got Jammy making a move past Derry at the rear of the grid just prior to 130R. Mollett, fastest lap, he's already 2 seconds ahead of the lead, ahead of the rest of the pack. Deeks and Finn are having a really good battle still for P2. So up and down the grid, Derry making a move back past Jammy. That's only because Jammy's been forced to pit. And it is a fresh wing for the Mercedes. We've got Carlos Skillett in the Alpine as well. Exactly the same issue. New wing, new tyres for the pair. They will be hoping for a safety car. But both Alpines down in 17 and 18. Not a great start for them. We've got Kavalis as well. Kavalis is spun just at the end of the S section there. So MPA Hangzhou and Derry are going to come right up behind Kavalis now. Forrest jump. We've got a McLaren. Where is this? McLaren's gone straight off. I'm not too looking at where that is on the track. We've got Aeon Blades. Aeon Blades possibly being involved there. It is a full course safety car. I will, just because I know, I will just go in and just see, get a bit of driver opinion. Hello there, aren't you? You are live, so just maintain the swear words. But what happened there, may I add? I saw someone DNF and then you were ghosted off the track.
I'd love to know, mate. I gave him room on the inside. Gave him room on the outside. Took the inside. Next thing you know, I'm spinning around in a circle.
So that's Forrest jump. I'm not too sure what happened. I wasn't sure where the car even was, what had happened. But yeah, thank you for a little bit of update. Now get us some phony driving. That's it a bit. There we have it. A little bit of confirmation from one of the drivers there. Obviously there are 2 sides to every story, so it may have been his fault. We will never know until someone submits a ticket. And there we go. And we're back. Aeon Blades after that incident come out in the pits in P16. Around Japan, as we said earlier on the stream, we've already got a safety car some form of collision between the Alfa Romeo with Aeon blades and the McLaren of Forest Jump, but by all means we are not passing the blame onto anyone. We were just able to jump into the party with blades and kind of get one side of the story. Obviously Forest Jump will have a different opinion on the matter most likely. Like I say, we are remaining neutral, not saying anyone is at fault. Muller up now, not really too happy that his lead will have been decreased. He was leading almost a second a lap. Muller had a really good standing within the league. He's managed to walk away with a handful of race victories under his belt to his name. And in doing so, I think he's earned the respect